Okay, well, so I am recording the last example. I am very sorry for the people who cannot be here. I completely forgot to record the video, but okay, there we go. So, final destination. What do you see? Paseo de la Reforma, Mexico City, Mexico. The first picture is a picture that's a very common Sunday in Mexico City. Actually, Sunday mornings are usually like that in Paseo de la Reforma. What do you see? Make a sentence with the word bikes. Sorry, Sabdi says in the chat there's only a little traffic. Yeah, that's correct. For Le Champs-Élysées, that's perfect. And now for Paseo de la Reforma, what can you tell me with bikes, bicycles? Babies. Okay, I'm going to select the victim this time, all right? My victim is going to be Julie. Julie, make a sentence with the word bikes, Julie. Julie.
Voy, perdón.
Okay,
There
okay.
is a lot bikes.
There's a lot of bikes. Okay, another option?
There are a lot of bikes in the Paseo de la Reforma.
Okay, that's more complete. Thank you very much, Milton and Julie. All right. I guess that another option could be there are a few bikes because a lot, I wouldn't say it's a lot. Okay. But that depends on your perspective. Okay. That's the thing with quantifiers. Maybe for you, there is a lot of bikes. Maybe for me, there's a few bikes. Pero mientras no caigamos en los extremos opuestos, it's okay. All right. Okay, babies. Very good. So now we are going to go to the book super fast. Okay, there we go. So here we go again. I mean, this is the page from the book that you had to do for homework. All right, we had the grammar focus with the examples. Was it easy or difficult, babies? Do you think this is easy or difficult? I think it's very simple, but I don't know how you feel. Easísimo, excellent, easísimo, all right? Okay, so yeah, but I don't know how you feel. If you consider you are confused, tell me, all right? But I think it's easy and you guys are very smart. So I'm not worried about that. So for homework, you had to answer these questions, like is there much parking? Are there many apartment buildings? I'm gonna make a paréntesis in Spanish. Yo creo que lo tal vez un poco complicado de la tarea es que muchas de estas cosas no aplican para el lugar donde vivimos exactamente. Por ejemplo, en mi caso ni hay apartment buildings, ni hay problema con los parking spaces, entonces se vuelve como aburrido que en ninguno hay problema, ¿ok? But well, that was the activity. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to do a little reading practice. You know how on the Prezi presentation we checked 3 places around the world that are popular with tourists. The first one was in Italy, the second one was in France, and the third one was in Mexico. So over here, we have a reading section. It's section number 12. Do you have your book with you? Yes? No? Maybe? Tomorrow?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, so here it says scan the article, check the neighborhood that is famous for nightlife. Nightlife is a word we have checked before, but in case you don't remember, nightlife has to do with clubs, dancing, alcohol, and young people like you, okay? So, for example, in Tlacotalpan, incredible, but there is nightlife, okay? Sí existe. Uno pensaría, el Tlaco ni tiene nightlife. But yeah, there is some nightlife in Tlaco, all right? Because there is London and there are other places that don't have the best reputation, but there are some places where you can go dance and have fun, no? And where you can drink horchata water with your friends. That's also possible. All right, good. So scan the article. Check the neighborhood that is famous for nightlife. You are not going to read all of the text. No, en 5 segundos quiero quien me encuentra la palabra nightlife y me dice dónde está, ¿ok? O algo similar a nightlife. Come on. 10 seconds. I'm going to count to 10. You have 3 options. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready? Bingo.
Yes.
Which of the 3 options is famous for its nightlife?
In B,
The
B.
next room.
I imagine that's Piñeto. I'm not sure because I don't remember my Italian, okay, classes anymore, but I guess it's Piñeto or something like that in Rome. Very good. That's the right answer. So when the exercise says scan, buscamos específicamente la palabra o un sinónimo y aquí no hizo falta el sinónimo, literal decía famous for its nightlife. So it was very direct, okay? So the name of the article is hip. Hip means cool, popular, in, okay? So that's what it means, trendy. So hip neighborhoods of the world. And they have 3 options. The first one is Shimokitazawa in Tokyo. That's very difficult. Okay, Shimokitazawa in the city of Tokyo, Piñeto in Rome, and Roma Norte in Mexico City. Okay, so we have a national destination here. Now, before we continue with the activity, over here we have some vocabulary, and I want to see if you have any ideas for me. Let's try to use the microphone more. Okay, if you have an idea, use your microphone. Que no les dé pena. Si hay ruido en el fondo, que no les dé pena. Ya saben que luego también mis chihuahuas alocan, no hay problema. Okay, so the first one is local jewelry. Do you have any idea of what jewelry is? No?
Joyería.
Very good. Excellent. So when we say local jewelry, it means that it's more like I don't find the word I want to say. Okay, it's made in that place. It's more of an art. It's more like a handicraft. Okay, it's more artisanal. That's what it means. Okay, local jewelry. For example, if you go to Puebla, you know that Puebla is very famous, and especially because Milton likes Puebla. So if you go to Puebla, they have this material that's called talavera. That's very famous, and they use it for dishes and they use it for different things. But you can also find some local jewelry that has that material, okay, for earrings, for necklaces. So that would be an example of Mexican local jewelry, okay? It's not common to find Talavera earrings here in Veracruz because it's not popular here. That originates there in Puebla. So in Puebla, that's very common to find, okay? Now, number 2 is festivals. Can you give me an example of a local festival in your hometown? For example, here in Veracruz, we have Carnaval, el Carnaval de Veracruz. What's a festival that's popular in your hometown?
la Feria de San Martín.
La Feria de San Martín. Okay, interesting. When is la Feria de San Martín celebrated, Milton? When is it celebrated? When is it celebrated? In February, in December, in May, in June?
In November.
In November. Okay, very good. Todavía hay esperanzas de que lo celebren este año, entonces.
Yes,
Aileen
yes.
says in the chat, la Feria del Café. Oh, sorry. We also had the Mojigangas. Okay, when do we celebrate the Mojigangas and when do we celebrate la Feria del Café? The Mojigangas, do you live in Tlacotalpan or in Alvarado? Or in a different place? No? Oh, in San Andres. Okay, look, because I know there are also Mojigangas in Alvarado and there are some in Tlacotalpan, but you live in San Andres. Interesting. And when do you celebrate the Mojigangas? In February, in March, in April, May, June, July? In December. Excellent. No problem. I hope you guys can celebrate the Mojigangas in December, okay? For example, I know that there are some festivals that got canceled in Alvarado this year because of the contingency, so that's very sad, okay? Then we have indie movies. When we say indie movies, it doesn't mean that they are Indian Oriental movies, no. Indie movies are independent movies. Movies are not produced by big studios, but sometimes they are produced by students or small companies, okay? Or sometimes they are local movies, all right? So that's indie movies. Have you ever seen or watched an indie movie? I mean, an indie movie is any kind of movie that's not produced by a big studio, like it's not Fast and the Furious, it's not a Marvel movie. Okay, very good. So, indie movies. Then we have record stores. Okay, what do you think a record is? Do you know what a record is? Yes? What do you think
Como
records
los
are?
discos.
Exactly. Let's see if I can steal a record from here. Wait. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take something from my living room. But when we say record stores, yes, there we go. Actually, yeah, a record is like this old kind of format that we had for music. Actually, in the present, when we say record stores, well, it can be music stores. It's the same thing. But the thing is that a record is this kind of format, okay? It's a vinyl disc, okay? So record stores sell records, they sell CDs, and that's pretty much it, no? Because do you think music stores or record stores are popular nowadays? I don't think so because everybody downloads digital music and everybody uses Spotify or things like those. So I consider that record stores are disappearing. They are dying. There are very few record stores left, and that's a shame because I think they are really nice and I like exploring record stores. I like them, okay? The teacher and her traumas, don't worry. Okay, now number 5 says food specialties. Again, this is a word that we have checked before, specialties. In Tlacotalpan, what are the food specialties? What's something that's traditional from Tlacotalpan?
Mariscos.
You think so? Because I think that mariscos are a food specialty in Alvarado.
Las
Something else that is
piñateras.
tortas piñateras, thank you very much. Yes, tortas piñateras and popo are food specialties from Tlacotalpan. There is some debate about ice cream, coconut ice cream, because some people say it's from Tlacotalpan, some others say no, it's from Lerdo, okay? So I don't know about that, but that's another food specialty, all right? Then we have a college. A college, again, a word we have checked before. Last week we practiced college campus. So a college is a higher education institution. It could be a university or something like that, okay? Then we have theaters. No problem. We have a very beautiful theater in Tlacotalpan, but we just have one, okay? Netzahualcoyol Theater. And then we have ice cream. Okay, babies. Any questions, problems, or traumas with this vocabulary? Pozol, pozol. Is pozol popular in Tlacotalpan? Because my mother loves pozol, but she's from Tabasco, so interesting. Thank you, Alo. Okay, so do we have any problems with this vocabulary? No, excellent. I'm happy that it is clear. All right. So let's see. Now let's start reading. I'm going to read the first one and then I'm going to select the victim for the second one. Okay. So let's see. Shimokitazawa, Tokyo. This is the place to be for fans of indie music. Head over to this creative neighborhood and discover record stores, concert halls, and theaters in the narrow streets. Now, narrow means that they are very, very narrow. That's the word, okay? The opposite of narrow streets would be wide streets. So, narrow and wide, okay? And then we have Shimokitazawa, or Shimokita for short. Ay, Shimokita está más fácil. It's a relaxed place full of young people who visit the cafes and live music venues. Every year there is a theater festival here. It's a very popular place for students. It sounds very cool. We should go to Tokyo, babies. Okay, let's play Melate. Okay, now B. Pineto, I think it's Pineto. I don't know, to be honest. I'm sorry. Okay, in Rome. I need a victim or a volunteer. Someone, please. Someone. Gladys, I know you want to read. Gladys, can you give me a hand?
Okay.
Thank you.
La Sampiezza, a famous college in Rome, is near this neighborhood. It's an extremely cool place to hang out. Pigneto has a huge choice of restaurants, cafes, and ice cream stores. Pigneto is famous for its nightlife. As you walk around, you hear electronic music coming from different clubs. People also come here for the Novo Cinema, Aquila, the best place to see indie movies from around the world.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Gladys. And then finally, we have Roma Norte in Mexico City. Victim or volunteer?
Roma Norte, Mexico City. This place is popular with artists, students, tourists, and musicians. Feeling hungry? Go to a huge food
Huge,
market,
huge. Mhm.
huge food market, Mercado Roma, to taste delicious ceviche, squid torta, and other Mexican specialties. Next, check out the trendy restaurant for dinner or shop for beautiful fashion is
Items.
items in the boutique. There are hip t-shirts and sneakers for sale everywhere. There's locally made
Jewelry.
jewelry you can buy too.
Excellent. Thank you very much to my victims. Okay. So now the instructions very simple. Read the article again, then write the letter of the paragraph where these things are mentioned. Super simple. All right. So for example, I'll help you with the first three. Okay. So we have local jewelry. So what letter is that? A, B, or C? Was it in Japan, in Italy, or in Mexico?
Sí, Mexico.
Yes, of course, thank you. Pero eso es trampa porque tú lo leíste, te acordabas. Thank you. Okay, now, festivals. Festivals. I know what's the answer. What do you think, babies?
A.
It's A. Thank you very much. Yeah, they say they have a theater festival. Okay. Yes, excellent. And then we have indie movies. Thank you very much. Okay, I see your answers in the chat. That's B. Okay, that's in Italy. Okay, good. So 20 seconds to finish this? No, 20 seconds is too much. I think you can finish this in 10 seconds because it's very simple. So I'll give you 10 seconds, okay? I'm going to close my camera. Okay, babies, bingo.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. This is too simple, right? Okay, very good. I feel like you're getting bored this unit. Okay, so we have record stores. Which one would that be? Record stores for music? A, thank you very much. Okay, record source, excellent. And then we have food specialties. C, that's what they say about ceviche, all right, in Mexico City. And then we have a college. B, okay, theaters. You guys are so fast and you're so good. Okay, and finally, ice cream. Obviously, ice cream had to come from Italy. Okay, gelato. So there we go. Excellent job. Okay, so that was it. And good job with the vocabulary. Okay, now, what is the instruction? Look, this is going to be the homework for the rest of the week, okay? We are not going to have a session on Wednesday because this week we are finishing this unit, okay? It's finally over. We finished unit number 8. So what is the final instruction? You are going to do one more page from the workbook, but I'll send you those instructions later. And the final activity for this unit is going to be this. We are not going to do it as pair work, but it's going to be individual work because, well, uh, hashtag quarantine, all right? What's your favorite neighborhood in your city or country? What's interesting about it? What do you like to do there? Okay, so here I advise you choose a neighborhood in your city because if we try to choose a neighborhood in a city that we have never visited, it's going to be more difficult. Okay, so think about your town or your city and choose your favorite neighborhood. What you have to write about your neighborhood is what's interesting about it and what you like to do there. So you are going to write a short description of the places that you can find in the neighborhood and the activities that you can do. All right. For example, if I talk about a neighborhood here in Veracruz, I can choose La Huaca. That's the name of a very old neighborhood in Veracruz. And I like it because there are some really delicious antojitos places, all right? And you can walk around the neighborhood and you can see the sea. You can actually go to the beach from La Huaca, all right, because it's next to it. And you can eat delicious raspados because there are a lot of people who sell raspados there, etc., etc., etc. That is a mechanic, okay? You can take inspiration from these short paragraphs. You see, this was very simple. What we need to do is something similar to this. But instead of saying Roma Norte, Mexico City, I am going to say La Huaca, Veracruz. Okay? Or you're going to say your neighborhood and your town. We understand? Do we capiche? Excellent. So that's what you're going to do. Okay, it's a mini project, and that's what you're going to do the rest of the week. Okay, you can start working on that today, and the limit to send me the mini project is going to be Friday. All right, and then next week, next Monday, we're gonna get started on the new unit. Okay, so thank you very much for joining the class as usual. And give me a second. Let me close my camera. Let me stop sharing the book. Okay, and let's see. So thank you very much for joining the session. All right. If you know of some of your classmates who are not here today and they have questions or doubts regarding the mini project, please give them a hand, be very nice, help them with information. All right. Anyways, I'm going to upload the part of the video that I was able to record and the instructions to Classroom so that you can start working. If you have any questions, problems, or traumas, you can text me, okay, on WhatsApp, or you can send me a message through Classroom. Okay? So have an excellent week, my babies, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Bye bye.